Alright, Joe here with Garden of Luma. How you guys doing today? So this is an update video on my video I did just 2 weeks ago of rooting fruit tree cuttings. And so these are just a handful of the cuttings that I did. These are mulberry cuttings from my dwarf everbearing mulberry. I also have Parthionca pomegranates that I started. I had a few fig tree cuttings from a local gardener. They were nice enough to give me a few cuttings from their trees, which one was a Peter's Honey variety, the other was Violet Day Bordeaux. And so the fig trees and pomegranates aren't looking quite as green as these guys yet, but I do see some signs of life on those. So probably in another week or so, those will start leafing out as well. But these mulberries just really took off quickly. I started noticing leaves as well as roots probably 2 or 3 days ago, so it really only took about 10 days. And so the method I used to do this, just to recap on the last video, I use these peat pods, these starter pods that you get for seeds to start seeds, and these expand when you get them wet. And I just inserted the cuttings directly in these pods, dropped them down in the base of these plastic cups, and then bagged them up here with these kitchen bags that you can get. And then I also use some rooting hormone as well. I dip the cuttings in those. Overall, the cost to do about 50 cuttings was only around like $15 or so, minus the seedless potting soil that I'm going to use here. But to just get these guys started, it's only really $15, maybe $20 to do this project here to get about 50 cuttings going. And so what I'm going to do is I'll pull one of these guys out of the bags. I'll show you the roots that have started to form. And I'm going to pot one of these guys up. And so I have an empty cup here that I'll use. But for the rest of them, I'll just fill the soil directly in these cups. Punch some holes in the bottom for drainage. And go from there. So let me pull one of these guys out. I'll show you what one looks like right now. Alright, so here you go. Here's one of them I pulled out. And there you go. As you can see right there, nice healthy root growing out of the pod here. And so a lot of these, that's what they look like, you know, a root or two kind of shooting out there. And so what I'm going to do, I'll fill this cup up with soil, place it in the middle there, and just get this guy potted up and planted and ready to go. And I'll start giving it a little bit more light here. But it looks really good. Mulberries seem to definitely be something easy to root from cuttings really quickly. I have never rooted fruit tree cuttings before. This is the first time I've utilized this method, a really simple method to root fruit tree cuttings, so definitely give it a try. If you're looking for something really easy, do mulberries. And one thing kind of crazy that I'm looking at right now, examining this, is this thing's actually fruiting. You see those there? So that is crazy. This guy is like loaded with mulberries on it. So all right, let me get this guy potted up and I'll show you what it looks like from there. Okay, here is the finished product, I would say. All potted up and ready to go. And there it is. Check me out at gardenofluma.com for more tips on gardening, growing fruit trees and things, especially for the hot, dry climate. Check out part 1 of this video as well. Hit the subscribe button if you like these videos and give me a like as well. Thanks a lot.